So on Saturday, I got run through by 101 guys. Now, I've had a lot of backlash so far about it, and I've seen some of the videos and I see your side. Like, I am not trying to encourage other girls to be doing that, like if they don't want to and feel like they have to do that. I'm just a girl trying to enjoy myself, trying to have fun, trying to make some content for you all, you know, trying to get my bag. Like, this is fun to me, this is what I enjoy, no one is forcing me to do this, and I feel like we're going back in time to where women are getting shamed for being a sluzzer, when I thought that's what we were trying to get away from. I think sometimes like feeling so like robotic, like by the, I think like the 30th, you know, like when we're getting on a bit, I've got like a routine of like how we're gonna do this, and like it just, sometimes you'd like disassociate and be like, you know, like it's not like normal things at all. In my head right now I can think of like 5, 6 guys, 10 guys that I remember, and that's it. But it's just, I don't know, it's just weird, isn't it? Like, if I didn't have the videos, I wouldn't have known I've done 100, you know?
You watched them back? Yeah, damn, sorry. My bad.
If I didn't have the videos, I wouldn't have known I've done 100, you know? I think that was kind of the hard part, is like conversing with them, and like when they'd kind of be like, oh, like we've only had 2 minutes or 3 minutes and you said 5 on the message.
Did someone say that to you?
Yeah. And obviously it just makes me feel so bad.
Do you think you should feel bad about that?
I guess when you've promised something to people who support you, it's kind of hard to let them down.
When what you promise to people is your coochie, I think it's okay to let them down. Sorry. I mean, it's not like you promised them candies. Yeah, no.
So that was for a movie?
What was?
The 100 Guys.
For a prawn movie that she does. Yeah, like she does OF.
Yeah.
OnlyFans. And so she did a thing where it's like 100 guys. Many of them are her subscribers. So they all rolled through. You never seen this?
Making this documentary.
Hold up. Maybe I can find the video for you.
No, I'm good. I am actually good. I'm good. I don't want to see it.
There you go.
No, I'm cool.
And Bonnie has got countless guys lined up, ready to us.
You know what kills me about this whole story? Just imagine being one of the 100 guys who are just sitting there staring at each other like...
I said, I don't want to be the third guy. The 100 guy?
No, it's just
1,000
It doesn't matter. You're just standing in line. You guys know like all these dudes and dudes are going to be in there. Like, if you think about it, by the end of it, you're probably making more contact with penis than you are with anything else. Because that's going to be chafing. All their sweat and body odor is going to be up in that bitch. Their dead cells just... Ugh.
Oh, how many shoes are you guys counting? Wait. Whoa, these are all the guys. There's more in there as well.
So, yo, I was...
yeah, clear your throat.
I was feeling... I was feeling bad because I thought it was some kind of movie producer that put her in that predicament and said, you got to do this and that and whatever in the third. And then she came up on the scene and it's like, oh, I got to do how many? Yeah, 100. Oh, shit. And then she was bound by a contract. But it's not that. It's her OnlyFans.
Yeah, it's her choice, her idea.
She decided to do that. What a bad idea.
I mean, depends on what you're looking for. They gave her a lot of publicity. She made a lot more money.
I guess. But now she's crying because it's fucked up.
And now she can cry into a golden pillow. Now, you might not say that's worth it, but for some people, they would.
I guess I'd have to ask her. You know what I mean?
Oh, you don't have to guess. So apparently, she says she wants to break the record and try sleeping with 1,000 men in 24 hours. So she's doing a casting call right here. She got a little picture for it and everything for 1,000 men.
I mean, combien lui en face.
So someone says, so there's a Reddit post that says, let's do the math. All 1,000 men would need to bust a nut in order for the record to be considered valid. Group activities allowed and up to 3 people can have bedroom fun with her at the same time. 1 for each orifice. Can't use hands, that doesn't count. The length of the bedroom activities for each man is modeled as a Gaussian distribution with a mean of 5 minutes and a standard deviation of 90 seconds. So let's consider 2 strategies that can be employed. 333 groups of 3 are formed, plus 1 solo participant. To reach 1,000. The groups form a queue, and the next group enters once all the members of the group currently participating have finished. This continues until all groups are finished. A single file queue is formed. Initially, 3 people enter. Anytime one of the 3 people in the current group finishes, they leave and are replaced by the person in front of the queue. This continues until all men have been exhausted. What is the probability that all 1,000 men finish within 24 hours for both strategies? I think strategy number 2 is probably better. 3 lines. Everybody uses a whole... When you're done, the person who was in that line gets the next. You do 1,000 guys, like you have to make sure all of them bust. You know how hard that is?
Yo, the first one gonna bust. The first 3 are probably gonna bust. By the time you reach 100, I don't know.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. I think someone can actually die from this.
Someone said, hey, maybe we need to use fluffers. Getting said gentleman ready to deposit. This would cut down the time required for each male.
100%.
Also, based on an average of 1 teaspoon of sperm per busting of nuts.
Per load.
You're looking at 4.9 liters. Oh. That's 1.3 US gallons or 8.6 UK pints.
That's a lot. That's a lot, mate.
All right, moving on.
That's a lot. That's a slippery slope.
I'm trying to be the first person to be with 1,000 guys in 24 hours. Now, this isn't an easy task, finding 1,000 people. So, women, if you can lend me your husbands for the day, that would be amazing. I'm trying to be the first person.
Now she's crying, she's doing all this stuff. How much do I believe? Maybe she is traumatized, maybe she's not. Maybe she's broken, maybe she's not. I don't know. A lot of these girls who do the OF stuff use rage bait or all these kinds of clickbait to kind of drive viewership, because whilst we're covering this story, whilst you guys are reacting in the Instagram posts about it or on the Reddit posts, what it also does is there's a small percentage of the people who are reading these posts who go on to subscribe to their OnlyFans. You know, OnlyFans is one of the few places where any publicity is good publicity. That's why they make fake rage bait. Well, that's why people play into the whole incest stuff where it's like, oh, well, I'm dating my cousin. What happens when mom and dad are going to find out? And everyone's in the comment, you fucking sickos. But it's 2 hot chicks. You don't think there's a bunch of guys who are going to subscribe to that shit? That's why, like, a lot of these stories, like there was one recently about this girl who was supposedly, you know, sleeping with her stepbrother. And they're running an OnlyFans together. Are they really stepbrothers? Of course not. They're not siblings. That's not a thing for them because these were 2 popular OF creators before this. But all of a sudden, this is the new in. Everybody gonna try to find a way to market themselves. So this is more of that. Maybe she is traumatized. Maybe she's not. I don't need to sit up here and tell y'all, hey guys, it's not a good idea to sleep with 100 dudes for physical reasons, for mental reasons, for spiritual reasons. We all know this. And if you don't know this, bitch, there's no hope for you.
3 days later.
I actually wanted to do an update because I had some time to think about it. And I know we didn't really discuss much beyond like the initial reaction, but there were like 2 things that I wanted to discuss. One was a lot of people are coming out now with the rhetoric that like, oh, maybe this is proof that the OnlyFans industry isn't this great thing that everyone made it out to be.
It's not. It's difficult. There's some difficulties in there. Of course, we're going to advertise that it's the good part, the good side of it. But keep on going.
Okay, just to give you the base. Basically, with a lot of now adult actors not going into prawn specifically, but doing their own thing themselves and being independent, people, this is so great. People have more freedoms. They have more power. All this is very positive. And so I'm asking you, what do you think?
Well, there's going to be other problems. There's going to be some other issues that's going to arise. Yeah, you're working for your money and you're setting your prices. Where if you do those videos with a director, with the agency, everybody's getting a cut and you're not really getting paid. You're being in control of what your worth is. Concur. You are your own boss. If you don't want to do something, you're not going to do something that you don't want to do. That being said, Coconuts in Barbados, it doesn't make it easy. It's not easy. There's other issues, other problems, other things that happen. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that it's an easy work and everything is fine, everything is okay. Oh my God, you're a YouTuber, you do nothing all day. I mean, I wouldn't go back to my old job, but I mean, there is still work. There's a lot of work that has to be done. There's a lot of things that have to be taken in consideration. The fact that you are your own boss and you decide, yeah, that's great. But know that not everybody is made for that job. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't think the industry's bad. I think it's definitely an improvement on what was there before. So I mean, listen, there's less risks. There's some different risks, but there's still, I would always say overall less. Yep. You're compensated exponentially more.
Yep.
Well, that's for the people who do well. Some of them don't, but that was the same thing in the previous industry. So
but it would have been the same thing.
And you're not like locked into some contract. If you want to walk away, you have much more flexibility to do so now. So I would say overall it's better, but it doesn't change the fact that there's like negative aspects to this that are going to follow some people. And like Preach said, a lot of people not cut out for this work. It's like that girl who cried, who said she can't see men the same way, and that's completely like destroyed her relationship with the opposite sex, right? The OnlyFans girl, the Asian one? Yeah. She, she's talking about OnlyFans and. But, look at her and how it fucked her up and how it messed her up because she's dealing with these dudes who pay for this kind of stuff and really subject her to really weird behavior. But I think beyond that, and this is probably the point that I think is most important, and it speaks to this story. Because of the nature of the self-advertising that exists within this industry, people are pushed to do more and more extreme stuff just to get noticed. So whether it's like, oh, I'm banging my stepbrother, that's the new thing. Oh, I'm going to pretend to be trans, that's the new thing. Oh, I'm going to have 100 guys do me and cry about it. And then the next day I'm going to say I want to do 1,000 guys. Right? The next person or the next crop of women who are going to come, there's going to be some of them who are going to have to push the envelope even further. Someone's going to say it's going to be 100 black guys. And there's, it's going to be something weird, all right?
I'm going to have 100 people doo-doo on me.
Yeah. I'll go to some rural village in India and everyone gets a turn. Like, it's going to be weird stuff. And a lot of us are going to tune in to see how this shit goes. And we're all going to read the stories. It's going to be advertising for us. So the problem with it going more and more extreme is it's just like that cyberpunk thing that I was telling you about. Mm-hmm. The envelope never stops. For people who enjoy depravity, for people who enjoy humiliation, there's always more that can be done. Yeah. And people want money. That's never going to go away. So this is only going to get more and more crazy. There's, people are like, oh, we've hit rock bottom. I'm like, bitch, you ain't even seen the floor. Oh, it's just a straight hole through the planet. And when you come out the other side, you're going straight to outer space. And you keep floating. There is no end to this. Whatever your imagination can take you, imagine the weirdest thing somebody could do in a prawn video. They're going to go further. Especially with all this new technology that's coming and the whole AI, VR stuff. I promise you, within the next couple, if it's not already happening, people are literally going to sell their VR rights to people, smashing their coochie or whatever. Mm-hmm. And doing weird stuff to them, torturing them. The nature of this now self-advertised, be as creative as you want in terms of advertise yourself, is that there are no standards, one. And two, the sky's the limit. The more weird stuff you're willing to do, the more your name gets out there. And that's the nature of the game. Because I had someone did OnlyFans, she's like, yo, everything is a trend, and everyone hops on the same trend. Yep. And she's like, if you want to be popular on OnlyFans, for the vast majority of them, everyone has to hop on the trend. So whether it's like walking into an elevator and you're doing these weird videos, you know what I'm talking about? Yep. That's a trend. They all do.
It's just another social media. It's just like it's just like TikTok. There's always some trends and everybody jumps on it. It's just now it's TikTok. So trends.
There you go. Anything insightful?
No, I have nothing insightful to say. I have nothing to say.
But aren't you like the sex expert between the two of us?
The what?
Sex expert.
No, I'm not an expert. Never called myself an expert. Never did. I'm not. Don't have a degree about that. I don't have a degree. Period.
Do they want to hear your thoughts? You got nothing for them?
Bruh, you pretty much summed it up.
Bro, they're gonna get mad at me.
Nobody's gonna get.
You don't let Preach talk. I don't like, bro.
They're not gonna let. They're not gonna say that because I have nothing to say. So you can't.
How do you have nothing to say, bro?
See, I was talking and now you were cutting me off.
Oh, so now you got something to say now that I asked you something to say.
I was answering your question
about not saying something.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, but we need to change that.
No, we're not. You have to let me talk.
All right, go ahead.
I have nothing to say. There you go.
Yo, you're whack, bro.
What do you want me to say? You want me to repeat the same shit that you did?
You have thoughts about her trying to do the 1,000 dudes?
Bruh.
Her crying?
I don't understand it.
What do you mean you don't understand?
I don't understand. I don't know what it means. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if it's not. I don't know. But that was their choice. So to me, it's like hard for me to be like self-inflicted. It's really hard to get slapped. What do you want to say?
Do that 1,000 times, and that's what it's gonna feel like.
It's much gonna be more than that.
Yeah, just penises smacking her in the face.
Jesus Christ.
And some dudes don't clean themselves properly. Wait, They can't all get tested. Probably not going to happen.
Probably.
So they're going to get some kind of protection.
I guess.
Sorry. Just think about the logistics.